The North American League of Legends finals this past weekend were a raging success. Congratulations to FlyQuest who won, but honestly, it was the culmination of a community gathering for League of Legends on this continent that we really needed right now. It has been a rough year for North America, especially with the LTA, the bad formats, the lack of hype. We've had so many people leave this space over the past year due to poor decisions from Riot's executive team. I've got many friends that were down in Texas for finals, and they can confirm the crowd was loud. It was packed. Compared to last year, this was a raging success. Because if you remember last year, we were in LA, we were at the YouTube Theater on a Friday and Saturday. Friday barely had like 2,000 people in it at most with a 7,000 capacity, and even Saturday for finals did not fill out, despite the fact that it was an insanely hype final between Team Liquid and FlyQuest. This year, that was a sellout crowd. That's the difference between playing in LA versus Texas, but this video obviously is not just about that. The biggest announcement, the loudest pop, separate from arguably the boos that Bwipo received, but also the hype moments that happened throughout the weekend, including Dokla's Akali play, as well as Masu popping off in Game 1, was the announcement of the return of the LCS. Take a look.
You read that right. The LCS is back in 2026 as an independent league. And to say a few words about it, here today in Texas, we have Commissioner Mark Zimmerman here at the desk. Mark, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be back and able to announce this. I saw some good signs in the crowd already. The thing I want to stress is, as that was said right there, the LCS and CBLOL will be returning, not just with their brands, but the leagues as well will be coming back in 2026.
Yes, as a standalone independent product. Now, at the time of me recording this, it's actually about 13 minutes prior to the announcement going live. And why am I doing it this way? Well, because I want us to have a report card of expectations of what we should see from this announcement, and then I'm going to review everything, present all the information to all of you, and we are going to grade it based on that report card, because just bringing back the LCS brand alone is not enough. We've been saying this for a while. Even those like myself that have been pushing for the brand to return. Yes, like that's the first stepping stone. That was the easy one to be done, but now the real work has to happen. So what do I personally want to see? First, I would love to see the return of 10 teams to the LCS. I think having a standalone product with only 8 teams in it is not great. We have known that for the last 2 years that we saw it with the LCS prior to the merger. It just doesn't feel good. You want 10 teams, 5 players across 10 teams. That allows you more opportunity for not only job growth within the space, but allows more amateurs to possibly come up, assuming management can do that. I mean, that's a contested point, but I just want 10 teams, period. Second, I want more games. This is arguably the most important part. I don't care if we have to play on weekdays, online, get out of like that side stage studio, save the money for it. We need more games. Alongside that, we need better formats. We cannot do this pick and play thing. Like, keep it simple. Get us back to 2 splits, in my opinion. If you want to do that tournament at the beginning of the year, fine. But like, make sure it's distinctly separate. Make sure there's only a spring and a summer split for us, and that's quite literally it. Use winners that lock-in tournament. I think we had the format down, honestly, in 2021 to a certain extent, but I do like best of 3s over best of 1s. So I do not want to see the return of best of 1s, especially with Fearless being a thing in LoL esports now. We can't be doing that. In terms of cross-conference play, I don't think that's actually going to exist. Like, I just don't think it's going to be a thing because of how they specifically announced this as an independent league. So with that in mind, with the lack of cross-conference play, I want 3 teams at Worlds for North America. Like, get rid of this idea that North America has to have less slots because we are less worthy than China or Korea. Instead, I mean, I don't think this is going to be part of the announcement that comes, but send 3 teams to Worlds and let us, Europe, the LCP, and CBLOL play in a international play-in qualifier. All 4 teams from China and Korea automatically go to the Swiss stage. Let us all fight them out for the remaining slots. Simple as that. But give us our 3 world slots back. We desperately need that. Next, I'm looking for the announcement of whatever team is coming in to replace 100 Thieves. I think if you were going to announce this league, you need to announce the teams that are in it. Period. Like that, we need to know who's going to be part of this ecosystem, how many spots are available for promotion relegation, because that comes into question here. It's unknown how this works with the LLA, which was kind of split up between the 2 conferences. I don't know how that's going to be, but that I think pretty much covers everything. Those are my big items that will drive hype, and from there it's on the teams and the players to like really drive this home, as well as Riot's marketing next year. But in terms of announcements for now, that's what I want to see. So without further ado, let me cut this off at the beginning of this, and I'll be back to you in, for you, 2 seconds to talk about the announcement from Riot officially and what 2026 is going to look like. How well will they grade against our expectations? Who knows? I'll be honest with you. This announcement kind of confirmed some of my worst fears with all this. And I know this is supposed to be a happy moment, but my takeaways, not all that positive. So here's the details of what you need to know. First and foremost, North America and Brazil are entirely separated out again. So yes, it is still going to be the LCS and CBLOL with no cross-conference play, but the biggest change is going to be world seeding. For first stand, North America gets 1 team, Brazil gets 1 team. For MSI, North America gets 2, Brazil gets 1. For Worlds, North America gets 3, Brazil gets 1. Brazil got shafted on the international seeding and teams going to the tournament, which clearly signals that Riot is treating Brazil in this system as a minor region relative to the other 5 regions, which are all major. Because think about this, for Worlds, you have 3 teams for North America, 3 teams for Europe, 4 teams for China, 4 teams for Korea, 3 teams for the LCP, and only 1 for Brazil. Now, obviously, international performance, they've only historically had 1 team, but you can't discount that they've been improving and getting better. And how in the system then are you treating them like a minor region separate from everybody else, but assumedly giving them the same money? Why are they not getting equal treatment in this? That is wild to me, that this is the decision that they reached, rather than just treating everybody equal and trying to expand Worlds formats and going from there and just like draw your foot in the sand. This is a really odd place to be. The other positive, at least for both sides, is that we got the promise of better formats to come. Nothing specific at all, but basically they said with the elimination of cross-conference play, it allows for more time that would then allow the creation of simpler formats, or probably going back to what was, because really those were the only announcements. No additional teams, the changes to the Worlds form or the World seeding and teams that qualify, and a promise of better formats. But the big thing for me, and I've watched every piece of content that's out there about this right now, including Cloud Sicky's interview with Mark Z, including Cecilia's interview with Carlos Antunes, as well as the actual article itself, and there's a clear lack of responsibility that's being taken from Riot. They are positioning this from the angle and the clear verbiage that I'll put on screen here of, hey, it became clear to us as the year went on that fans were really attached to those brands. No shit. We told you that from the jump. You didn't have to get rid of these brands to have this system. We told you from the jump that you weren't going to be able to force these rivalries or do these things because we are just so different between CBLOL and North America, regardless of viewership or anything else. Like, we are just different people entirely. And you tried to force us to be the same. We warned you of all these things coming into it. And there is no accountability or self-responsibility in any of the words that are coming from this. And honestly, the biggest problem that we have with all this, like the main reason why I was hoping this would be a positive video at the end of the day, is because this has to be a moment where you bring fans back, where you get them really, really excited for what's to come. And just changing the name was obviously never going to be enough. So did your actions do enough to inspire people here? I don't think they're going to. I mean, maybe when I make a video on Wednesday, kind of like gauging the community feedback from all this, maybe it'll be different than my initial perception. But my read on this is it is the same wording from the same people who've been in charge that made these decisions in the first place. And people are going to look at this and say, oh, we're just reverting back to 2024 and not actually trying to fix the underlying problems that have existed well before 2024. Like, you are not doing anything here to inspire confidence, and who's to say that you won't just change this again next year on us after the initial bump of viewership from getting all this back goes away? Because what have you actually tangibly changed about the baseline product? The formats might help a little bit, but let's be honest, there's some pretty clear issues here. We have no additional teams. An 8-team league is going to be really interesting, as we've seen from the last 2 times that we've tried it. There's not enough diversity of teams to really make the formats interesting unless you're separating people out, which even, like, I just think there's going to be a lot of complications with trying to have a standalone North American product with only 8 teams. And those were felt back in 2024. They're going to be felt again now. Brazilians might be happy that they're getting their league back, but I can't imagine they're going to be happy about getting shafted, like absolutely shafted on international slots in this case, whenever they have triple the viewership that we've got in North America, regardless of competitive performance. Like, they are arguably the better product right now. And I just, like, I can't shake this feeling that Riot is not being honest and transparent enough with the situation, which I don't know if that's going to build enough hype. Again, we also didn't get the other team announcement. So let's go back to the criteria here of all the different things that I wanted to see and how that worked. 10 teams, no. New team announced, no. World slots international, yeah, I mean, obviously we got that. Cross-conference play is completely eliminated. Formats, we got a promise of something. I'll be honest with you, my grading on this ain't great. I'm giving this like a C final grade, I guess. Like, great, we got the LCS back, but there is so much work to be done, and this was such a positive moment that you could have used to really launch this forward. And I feel like we're still in this weird, vague territory that we kind of were before. So I don't know. We'll see as time comes, but please let me know. Obviously, the community conversation is going to be very pivotal in this. What are your thoughts on not only the LCS returning, but whether this changes your view of the league going forward? Is this enough of a step in the right direction that makes you excited for the LCS in 2026? Like, beyond just the name change, I think about the teams, the players, everything else around it. Are you excited to tune into the product next year as of right now with everything that's announced? That's what I want to know, and that's what I'll be in the comments to talk to you all about. Thanks for watching. Hope this was informative, and hopefully my opinions aren't too brash on this, but we'll see.